How are we doing, guys? It's Wednesday night. That means you're listening to Levels of Wrestling, and this is Lowdown. Don't forget, if you're listening to us on the YouTube, you can subscribe to our channel, like the video, and share it with your friends. The more the merrier. If you're not listening on YouTube and you're listening on our app, congratulations. You've got a good Android device and you're not a part of the Apple scumbags. Alternatively, head over to levelsofwrestling.podbean.com. You can hear us on there as well, along with the Mind of Carnage, the Wrestle Addicts, Ringside Ramblers, and Just Saying. When you're done there as well, if you want to head over to tpublic.com/users/levels of wrestling, you can pick up either a Hey Yo Big Craig t-shirt or a Low Family t-shirt. Any of the proceeds go towards funding the Low Family for our advertising that will be coming soon. So don't forget, you can head over to all those places during the show or when the show is done. Joining me tonight, we have Paul, we have Chris, we have other Chris from the Wrestle Addicts, and of course we've got Cade from Mind of Carnage. How are we doing, guys?
It's fantastic.
Pretty swell, pretty swell.
Pretty swell. How are we doing, Cave Diver?
I am pretty good. I am in a cave at the moment, currently looking for WWE's good storylines. I can't seem to find any, but they are here somewhere.
Chris made a funny good times. Now that's about as funny as this show's going to get, because we're about to shit all over WWE in this episode. So if you are a WWE fanboy and this is all you watch, we apologize in advance. It's not going to be pretty, because quite frankly, WWE's TV performance recently has sucked more than a Dyson vacuum cleaner. There is literally no entertainment in this show.
It sucked as bad as that joke did. Fuck.
You suck more. Shut up.
And by the way, everyone, all of us Apple dirtbags, you can listen to all of our wonderful shows on your Apple products as well.
Yes, I was going to say.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, geez, there you go. Shit on where we're at.
And just to point out also, it's also Just Saying Wrestling now. It's not
Sorry,
just saying
apologies. Just saying wrestling.
It's hashtag Just Saying Wrestling.
Get well soon, Drea. Get well soon.
Yeah, get better soon, Drea.
Poor girl. I feel we've been saying that for almost a full year now, but get better soon, Drea.
Yep.
Guys, honestly, how are we feeling about WWE's current product? I'm expecting this to be a little battle royal here, because honestly, I imagine there's going to be a lot of opinions that say this is shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Paul?
I love it!
You're a fucking liar.
Well, there has to be like the voice of reason, I suppose. And
No.
I'll try to do that.
Cave Dweller?
So it turns out dropping your phone is never a good idea.
Yeah, don't drop your phone.
Jeez.
Genuinely though, this week's Raw was so backwards, it was like a John Cena FCW promo. I honestly do not get how that show was booked. The opening match was interesting. It had a nice, different opening for a change. And then the show plummeted violently to the ground like a skydiver without a parachute.
That's the way to go.
I honestly haven't watched Raw this week.
Don't. It's not worth it. And if you're going to watch the Hulu version.
Yeah,
I don't
much
think
of the
I've
version.
missed anything. I feel like I can come in next week and I haven't missed a damn thing. Oh no, look, someone came back. What do we can do?
Oh no! Look,
Oh no,
bats!
someone didn't come back. We had a young buck come up from NXT.
Yeah, I mean, even then.
And giving that opportunity.
Yeah, people can come up from NXT all they want, but it won't matter until the story writing is good, Because if it's not, then what difference does it make? I could bring up Samoa Joe, Finn Balor, and Sami Zayn right now, and all of them would be lost because they have no idea what to do.
Well, you brought up Sasha Banks, and now all she does is twerk, so that happened.
You know what? It's always a lot of things saying that people or the talent are just too scared to say no to any type of creative plans. But I think that at this point in time, you need guys with balls to say, I'm not doing that.
See, I don't even think it's that. They have literally no creative plans. If it was creative, it might even be mildly interesting.
See,
Well, it's a product with an audience of one. There's 30 writers, but it's ultimately one guy's show. So I mean that's essentially where your problem is. So take it from there.
Well, he's living his Vince's quote he made forever ago. What, he'd rather make $1,000 his way than $1 million someone else's way?
Yep, and that's
Something like that.
exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
At this point, he's lucky if he's making $1,000.
Oh no, they're doing great business-wise. I mean,
Oh yeah, the merch sales are through the roof.
Yeah,
They
they're
have
making
their sponsorship with Coca-Cola, Toys R Us. Like, they have great. They're breaking in the money, and that's another reason why they just don't care sometimes.
Yeah, they just got Cade Jewelers and Toys R Us. I mean, we didn't see those type of sponsors back in the Attitude Era when shit was good. So I mean, yeah, if people think that low ratings are going to change anything, they're not. Ratings don't mean a fucking thing.
You have USA's happy. Their sales are up for the network.
But Paul, you're forgetting something. You can't exactly have Steve Austin giving them a thing to be sponsored by Toys R Us.
Yeah, you can.
Here's something I have about that argument. WWE was TV PG in the Attitude Era up until like 98 or 99. The last hour was the only thing that was TV 14. So PG doesn't seem to make a difference.
Yeah, ratings don't dictate how good your TV show is. I mean, ECW was like MA, and it sucked 90% of the time. WCW, same thing. To me, the best wrestling in the world was Memphis back in the 80s, and that was PG. Granted, it had some blood, but I mean, you know what? Changing a rating and making things edgy isn't going to make your product better. It's still not going to fix your 50-50 booking and nobody getting over and no stars being made. So, you know what? There's your problems.
I am really glad you brought up WCW thanks to a Hurricane who actually said, it is like watching thunder.
Well, that's a double-edged thing right there. I mean, he's a TNA employee, so, you know, he's being a good employee, and, you know, he was having a little fun, and I thought it was a really great quote, so good for him.
I did too. I found it hilarious because in a way it's like, okay, yeah, I understand. And he's the perfect guy to say that too because he worked for both companies, so I can see it from his point of view. But it's ridiculous because yeah, the product itself has suffered badly, and it's just the way that it's not only creatively booked for individual talents, it's the way that the matches are booked too is ridiculous.
Right, exactly. And I mean, the fact some of them, like Paul said, are 50-50 booking. Then
Everybody is 50-50.
Yeah. Then you've got the issue where, example, Tyler Breeze is outside ringside every time Dolph Ziggler has a match. That story's not progressed in a month and a half.
And he hasn't even interfered. Like,
exactly.
What the fuck?
He sits there. What's he doing?
He's taking pictures.
Is he staring at Dolph Ziggler's ass? I mean, I'm confused. What's meant to be going on? Is Summer Rae there saying, hey, look, we could have a threesome. Maybe this is a gangbang. We'll involve the referee. Maybe Tyler Breeze just wants a piece of Dolph Ziggler. We don't fucking know because no one fucking tells us anything.
But here's the issue. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I know we like to be told, you know, you're smart fans and you can work it out, and things don't need to be fucking obvious. But when you're that closed off with a story, 6 weeks in and no one's got a clue, maybe something's going wrong.
It goes to the fact again that an NXT talent that's being transitioned to the main roster, that type of actual persona is obviously lost on the creative writers for Raw. They don't know what to do with him. Whereas NXT, whereas in NXT, you know, they had a spot for him. He was doing what he was intended to do. Obviously, didn't become champion, but he still actually made a big impact. And coming to Raw, they're just okay. Well, we don't know what to do with you. Stay out there in a VIP section.
Well, I think that it's not even that. I don't think they have any good creative ideas for anyone. Even Roman Reigns isn't having great creative.
He said fucking tater tots. All right, that's what happened.
He said 4 times. He said tater tots.
It was more than 4, wasn't it?
Suffering succotash. No.
Yeah.
I am fairly sure that promo just ended 3 minutes ago. I mean, that was the longest, most painful.
It was so
time.
cringeworthy.
Oh, it was so bad, and they both
between the tater tots and going, son, hey, what are you doing, son? Like,
his use of son, and then the fake laughing through gritted teeth, knowing this sucks. I don't blame Roman Reigns a bit for this. I mean, you know, he's going out there, he's a good soldier, he's doing what he's supposed to do. But
yeah,
someone should have probably told him tater tots are American, but whatever.
They're delicious, is what they are. But you know, that's Vince's contribution to the show, because it's a testicle joke. It's a small balls joke. When it even isn't, it's not even a small balls joke. I mean, honestly, who wants to have balls the size of potatoes? I mean, that's like that's something that you should have get checked out, Vince. I mean,
well,
It depends
Vince
on
likes
the size of the
grapefruits.
potato. It depends on the size of the potato.
the average potato is bigger than balls. I'm just saying.
This is going
Yeah,
back to
but Vince has grapefruits.
conversation being
Yeah.
had.
What
Here's
was
the
that,
one
Chris?
thing that kills. Oh,
Hang on. What was that, Chris?
I said this is going back to the conversation that's being had where they cannot need to turn around and say no.
Very much so. I mean, if Down doesn't say no, they'll end up in a bad zone, like Roman just now.
That's probably why he's in this spot, is because he has said no. Because that's what happened last year.
It is, and that's why he got the Suffering Succotash promo.
Yep.
So here's what kills me about what they can do with creative. They have two of the best talkers in Kevin Owens and Dean Ambrose going one-on-one. They haven't even spoken a word to each other. All you had was Dean throw some popcorn and soda. Like, let them talk. Like, give
He's
them free
lunatic.
reign. No. Oh, here's some popcorn in your face. That's our whole send home for our match at the pay-per-view. Like,
He's insane. I mean, that's what insane people do. Obviously, they stick their tongue out and they throw popcorn and soda. Ugh.
Hold
go
on. They eat popcorn slowly to a point of hours. He's still working on that bowl.
That's
that thing
actually
should
the
be
same
gone
bucket.
in 20 minutes.
That's actually the same bucket he's had since he feuded with Seth Rollins last year at Hell in a Cell.
He just got it out of the briefcase.
Yep.
Oh,
Still popcorn. It's tough to chew. I can see why he's struggling.
Oh, it's so bad. It is so bad. Like, they have had, like, no interaction, either one of those two. I mean, Dean Ambrose is the most misguided, worst booked guy they have on the roster, and he goes out there week after week, and he acts like he's just sleepwalking through it, and rightfully so. You could tell this guy doesn't give a shit. He doesn't. He's Randy Orton now.
He's getting paid. You don't care.
Dean Ambrose's popcorn is as stale as the booking of Raw.
Yep.
True story.
Staler.
I mean, it just sucks. It just sucks that last week they had, while it wasn't a perfect show, they came up with a bunch of ideas. They tried a whole lot of shit. You got to give them that. They busted their ass and they really put out a whole lot of ideas.
Yeah, and then they ruined him.
Right. Yeah, they paid everything off in one show. They paid everything off in 1 week. They didn't take their time telling stories, and that's why we have shows like we had this week, where get used to it, folks. Your main event is going to be the first 30 minutes of the show, as long as football season is around. That's just the way it's going to be. Get used to it. So like, if people think that the main event part of the show was the Roman Sheamus stuff, it wasn't. It was the opening contest, and it's going to be like that for the foreseeable future. They're smart. That's when they have the most eyes on them. They know
Now-
people aren't going to be turning away.
Scary about that is the fact that we're heading into Mania.
Okay.
We are heading into Mania with stuff that's like you don't have the opening 30 minutes of the show, but the best thing if you're going into Mania. I'm worried that this will be the weakest road to Mania we've ever had.
I mean, we say this every year. I mean, the last 2 years have had really rough bookings towards Mania. But hopefully things will pull themselves forward. I mean, maybe come Rumble, things start picking up again, but we shouldn't have to wait until that season for things to be at least mediocre.
Yeah, we shouldn't have all these lowered expectations and accept it. I mean, that's not the way that things should work. It shouldn't be, oh, well, just be happy that you have something to watch. Go fuck yourself. You know what? If I go to a restaurant and the food sucks, I'm not going to sit there and eat it and smile and give a good tip. No.
That dessert might be
you're
okay.
you're gonna stuff it down your goddamn throat.
Yeah, that's right. Because that's what you said. You basically said Vince is feeding us a big pile of shit every Monday for 3 hours. So just sit there and take it spoonful by spoonful and be happy that you have entertainment. That
That's
ain't
not what
happening.
no, that's not what I'm. Okay, if you read the tweet that I said, Len, okay, my whole thing is that with this whole thing about changes coming to Raw, changes coming to this, people themselves put this perception in their mind that this is going to get changed. And when it doesn't happen, what happens? They go back to WWE, and I'm not saying the product is the greatest thing right now. It's not by a long shot. But all I'm saying is that people themselves need to stop putting this image in their head that everything, all their stables, all their favorite people is going to come out, explode, and going to deal with these guys that they've always dreamed that they would fight with. Whereas if it doesn't happen, they start blaming WWE and saying how they're bad, they're crap, they're this because they didn't do this. It's false realization of their actual of WWE not meeting their expectations, and I understand that.
So we shouldn't have raised expectations?
No, we should have raised expectations, but the thing is
I know what you mean.
They need to meet them.
He means, I think what Kate's trying to say is that they need to have reasonable expectations.
Right, yeah.
Like, let's face this, but this is the thing, is we're talking about the IWC, is that
there's no such
everybody,
thing as the IWC anymore. We're
Well,
all
whatever.
internet. We're all on the internet.
Okay,
That's a data term.
so the wrestling community, the fan community, you have them all cheering for their, whatever wrestler, and, they have all these great fantasy booking ideas, and, oh, this is the best idea, oh, this is the best idea, oh, this is the best idea, and the bottom line is, folks, two things we have to keep in mind. They're more worried about the U.S. audience than the remaining global audience. Sorry to say, they're more worried about global audience when it comes to the network as opposed to the 3 hours of Raw buy-in. Because the USA Network does not expand outside of that. It's not like Sportsnet in Canada is licensing airing it through the USA Network. It's going directly to WWE.
Right, but there's
Also, something else to consider is that, and it's like you said today, Chris, that you're going to watch TLC just out of habit, and a lot of people, who watch week to week, may be doing it mostly out of habit, as opposed to any kind of real-time investment.
Yeah, but that's the thing. They're not watching out of habit, though. All you got to do is look at the numbers. They're down.
Yeah.
Since May of this year, WWE has lost a close to 25% of their viewing audience.
But is that in the final hour, or is that in the first hour?
That's in general.
Show.
That's in general.
Show. Yep.
Well, this is the thing, is that, and this, this is what they're focusing on. But it's not necessarily the right thing to be focused on. I mean, they're forgetting, or they're just assuming people are going to watch out of habit. We're in the World Series. In Canada, you've got Grey Cup, and, that's a big thing. And then pretty soon you'll have the Stanley Cup. And let's just, for a minute, folks, let's remember, in the States, football is a religion. There is some kind of professional football bowl happening almost every month. You've got the Rose Bowl, you got the Super Bowl, you got the Cotton Bowl, you got the Dust Bowl, you got the Orange Bowl, you got whatever. And I think Vince, who is still calling the shots, forgets that he is a niche. He's not, every man and his dog is sitting down to watch WWE. That's still not the case.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he's gotten, we've got a spot on ESPN. Big fucking deal. One spot. Big deal.
League of Legends and Dota esports have spots on ESPN, so that's not a real big fucking achievement.
No, it's not.
To put this in perspective, League of Legends World Finals has 40
I think in general, basically, to sum this kind of segment up, they need to deal with shit quick, because there's a lot of viewers disappearing. Like we said, ratings don't matter. WWE are being paid. But if WWE are being paid, we should be getting a shit ton more good product, because they've got more budget to mess around with. The more budget you mess around with, the more people tune in to see the spectacle. Sorry. If you wanted to make it a spectacle, you go out your way to make it a better product. It's not that hard. Now, before... Sorry, on you go, Chris, quickly.
I was going to say, but I have a question. The products that we have now, I was thinking about character development and things today. Triple H as a character has evolved over years. people these days want to see character development happen over weeks instead of years. Is some of the audience dropped due to the attention span change?
So you think now that the show's not keeping up with the audience changing, you mean?
What I mean is that the audience has shifted from being okay with long-term character development to now wanting faster, sharper character. They want the Hollywood-style character development where a character develops something in 5 minutes.
Agreed. Unfortunately, it doesn't always work, but something like that should be something at least. Speaking of Hollywood, this actually segues quite nicely onto what I was about to talk about. The one segment I do enjoy currently is Neville. Neville and Miz. That has a lot of potential. A lot of potential.
You enjoy Neville and Miz.
I'm enjoying it for the fact that I want to see grinning, smiling heel Neville.
I'm actually enjoying it too.
Yeah,
you know what? Just put a mask on the boy. There we go.
Bite me.
No. Just put a mask on him. That's all he needs.
Honestly, I could see him being a great grinning heel.
Those segments have been cut out of the Hulu version, so yeah.
That tells you everything then, I guess. Sigh.
Yeah, pretty much.
Never mind. Well, our man on the street, Jeremy, says, could you see the Wyatts turning face and feuding with either the League of Nations or the Authority?
No, because they'll be misused like every other one.
How about making them look strong to begin with?
Yeah.
Yes.
They just fucking debuted, and you're making them lose their debut matches. There's one where it's 4 against fucking one guy. I cannot wrap my head around how you make one guy, Roman Reigns, defeat 4 of the fucking members of the League of Nations when they just fucking debuted.
Yep.
It's ridiculous.
Because he's Roman Reigns, he's got to be strong. Got to look strong, damn it.
This is the Cena.
I think Derek can basically kiss his career goodbye at this point.
This is the Cena type Superman booking that drives people away. And again, I'm not blaming Roman Reigns for it. He's going out there.
Not at all.
Yeah, it's not like he's gonna say, no, you know what? I don't want this push. You know, I don't want to make a whole bunch of money from this. I don't want to sell a whole bunch of merch. But you know, they're burning this guy out. They're doing more harm than good to him.
You know what? I give credit to the talent going out there and making what they're able to make out of what they're given. So I understand from a creative point of view, it's very hard to be able to write for an individual as if that individual is saying and thinking the exact same thing. But the thing is that you have to then kind of think differently then. Like, okay, well, I don't write the lines for this character. Why don't we allow this character, give him point forms, and display, like, hit these points in your own way. That's how the Attitude Era became so popular with these crazy characters that we all loved. Why can't that adaptation happen in today's industry?
Roman doesn't also need 10 minutes. Doesn't work for him.
No.
But this is the thing, though, is that you've also got an environment where, and a few of them have said, you know, we'll have been given the script, we know what we're doing, we're standing in the gorilla position, and somebody hands us a sheet of paper saying, hey, you got 3 minutes to figure this out, and go. So anything they've spent time learning is completely, you know, in the wind, and they're handing in these last-minute sheets.
Yep.
I mean, they don't even do that on soap operas.
Then they need to teach these guys to think on their feet. You know, if you're there...
Vince is going to let these boys think on their feet with his product.
If you're that used to just regurgitating lines, then you know that something's wrong, and that's my biggest problem with all the promos is that it's one voice coming out of everybody's mouth.
Reporting from the cave, Chris, what we haven't said?
It is 24 minutes into the show, and I am going to drop the CM Punk bomb.
Oh God.
A guy who used to tear up the promos he was handed and said, if you want to write a promo with my words, you find me and we'll work on it together.
You see, I think that's a wise idea, and for once, I actually don't mind you dropping that one, Chris, because that's probably a really good idea. I mean, not for Roman. Roman literally needs to go out there, say 2 sentences, and kick someone's ass. However, with guys like Ambrose, guys like Sheamus, probably even guys like Wyatt, to a certain extent, you have them talk to creative and say, no, I'm not saying that. Let's do this together, and we'll write a script. Or you even go back and forth and have the 2 guys who are involved in that feud write it together with the creative team. And I don't mean like WCW, everyone books themselves. I literally just mean the script.
Yeah, you don't give creative control, but you need creative input from your superstars.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, like,
Exactly.
but then the problem is that they get themselves over, like New Day, and then Vince finally realizes, oh, hey, these guys are over. Like, we're gonna put them in every other segment.
Oh, I know, every hour now.
Single segment. Why? Why? But
It ruins them because I love the New Day, but I only want to see them one time a night because then it's like, oh my God, it's a New Day. They're coming out. Yay! And I can't wait to hear their promo, and I can't wait to see what they do. But when you see them in every segment and you see them in every hour, it's like, oh my God, I'm over these guys. I mean, that's what they did to Cena. Now nobody gives a shit that he's gone.
It is the Seth Rollins treatment.
Seth Rollins
Being
treatment,
injured?
Yeah. No,
sorry to
the
say
being
to
in
the
every
girls-
segment.
Well, but I'm sorry to the Just Saying girls, but Rollins being injured is the best thing to happen to him because now he's off the TV, and when he comes back, it'll be a big deal.
Same for
Oh, he's
Cena.
going to be super babyface.
Same for Cena, though. I can't wait for Cena to come back purely because it's something to actually watch.
Cena coming back could be a good thing. Bryan, as much as I hate it, could be a good thing.
Bryan is
Randy
Anything-
Orton, Daniel Bryan, anyone who's injured is going to come back as a big baby face.
Yeah, anything to freshen up the product at the minute is going to help come back as a babyface.
Bryan needs to come back as a heel because he left as a babyface.
Bryan needs to come back full stop because of the reason Bret Hart said, and I think it applies to Bryan more than anybody else in the sense that Hart's actual quote was that they haven't filled the spot left by CM Punk, but it's the same situation with Bryan. No one has filled that spot either.
No, that they haven't built any stars. They have
Indeed.
they're trying to build Roman up, and they're
That's the only one they're focusing on.
Yeah, yep, that's it. I mean, they're pushing one person at a time, and that's not how that. When you have 5 hours of original programming, at least a week, you can do a little bit better than pushing one person.
Yeah. That's why, like I said before, segregation of the creative writers for independent wrestlers would be more beneficial for them. If you have X amount of guys you want to push, okay, we'll segregate some writers to those guys, see what they can do with whatever other talents we have. It's just a way to be able to control creative and what they're doing. And I understand Vince likes to take his hand in every single little pot here, but the problem is that when you have so many creators or creative writers working on one storyline for one talent, eventually it's just like, okay, but what's the point? You have too many contradicting minds here. Split them up. Allow them to think differently and independently for other superstars. That may actually work like more in your favor.
Well,
They
and
have
that's
They have
just
too
it,
much
you know.
TV. That's
But
it.
this is the thing, though, is that you could always, and building on that idea, you could say, okay, the first hour we're going to focus on these 3 characters, so they're going to have 20 minutes each to tell their story. So you get a quick promo, then you do a match, and then you got a commercial, and then you do the rest of the match, and then you move on. So that, and do the storylines in Raw, and the guys that you're not really doing much in, put them on SmackDown again. Divide the brand, and for guys that aren't really doing much, just have them do wrestling matches. Because that's what a lot of us like. They just want to watch the wrestling matches. They don't want to listen to somebody like Roman do a 10-minute promo when he sucks balls at it.
Krista, an even better idea is simply to do what they did years ago, to segregate completely Raw and SmackDown into 2 separate brands inside the company competing against each other.
Yes. There was nothing wrong when they had, when they had the draft. There was nothing wrong with that. 2 separate entities, and the only people that switched between the 2 were the people that held the titles.
But
Period.
even then, even the creative teams were working against each other. Paul Heyman was leading the SmackDown team creative, and SmackDown was amazingly better than Raw for that exact reason.
I
Exactly.
think I think that pretty much summed it up. Which brings us perfectly to the halfway point of this show. Guys, if you're listening tonight, can I ask a huge favor? If you could tweet out, basically, the Levels of Wrestling are almost at 9,000 followers on Twitter. And obviously, the more followers we reach, the more followers that we can help all the other shows that we're involved with reach as well. So if we could please tweet out and help us gain that last few followers just to reach that 9,000 mark, that'd be fantastic. Big thank you to everyone who's listening so far. Big thanks to everyone who's tweeted in about the show. And thank you for all those who shared and liked on YouTube. very much appreciated, especially if you're listening over on our app. Big thanks to Chris again for designing that, as that has been perfect for the Android device, and we have kept lots of things heading on there, especially with 5 shows a week now. I mean, we're getting over 5 shows a week on that app. It's a perfect reason to download it on an Android device. And if you're not getting on
free.
there, and it's free, and to appease Paul and you Apple fans, if you want to head over to iTunes, you can download all the shows on there too. Now that we've hit this halfway point, I kind of want to hit on something I spoke about early this week. Do we feel that there's any kind of comparison between one WWE World Heavyweight Champion Sheamus and UFC Champion Conor McGregor? I kind of feel personally they're trying to, I want to say, bounce off the success that Conor McGregor's having. This Irish champion thing, the cocky attitude, the brash fighting style, it all just seems too mirrored for me. But this isn't the first time they've done this. The Divas Revolution came off the back of Ronda Rousey. So are we seeing
Until she
WWE?
lost.
Right, and it's not been mentioned since, like Paul mentioned earlier in the week. Have WWE literally mirrored UFC yet again?
Yeah, they're smart.
Yes.
I would like to see them go a little farther with this. I want to see some like match stoppages. That's what I want to see. Take this a little bit farther.
Bring back Butterbean.
Oh God, no.
You know what? I'm for it.
You would be.
I'm for it.
God damn it, Oni.
Butterbean versus Samoa Joe. Book it.
Samoa Joe
No,
wins.
definitely not. Not against Samoa Joe.
No, but
Joe.
it is something to position them in the limelight. You know, when Ronda Rousey was big, you know, what did they do? The Divas Revolution. You know, it is a little bit of a mirroring of what's happening in today's world in different promotions and different industry. But I think it's a smart move on them because it does bring a little bit more attention to them. Be like, oh look, now they're focusing on it. What are they doing? Type of thing. Not that it's the best product, but
at the same time, it's also too small. It isn't big enough.
I mean, WWE's not big enough, or the situation's not big enough.
I mean, them taking it in real life, they're doing what, one person, one thing.
Agreed. However, the comparison I was meaning more was almost the character. They've taken Sheamus' character and they've kind of said, you know, you were this kind of heel bad guy bully, and now you're kind of brash and cocky. Which is exactly what Conor McGregor is like in real life.
When they put the suit on him and then had him slick his hair back, that's when I went,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, they know what they're doing there.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is...
Yeah, but they've...
Sadly,
hear you, man.
cannot understand a word Chris was saying.
Yeah, I can't hear him.
You want to try again, Chris?
What I said was, basically you were saying that he has turned into Seth Rollins.
Oh, okay, saying that he's turned into Seth Rollins. Not
they
quite.
He's won as many, but they've booked him exactly the same.
Yep.
You got to think. Speaking of stealing ideas, Seth Rollins, when he won both belts, they did that a month after Lethal won both of them.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's not something new to him, but this is a little bigger scale, I guess. I mean, ROH is a big company, but they're nothing compared to like UFC.
Yeah, I mean, like for me though, the Conor McGregor thing. See if they can get a photo of Sheamus and Conor McGregor together holding those belts. That's going to make some headlines, and it might even ripple the water a little bit for WWE. But to me, that would be like the perfect bragging rights for Sheamus to go using. Like, you know, Irish are on top of the world, that's why we're in the League of Nations. You know, all that kind of stick. And I mean, this is the perfect opportunity. He is a great character at the moment. He's, how can I put it? He's almost, I don't want to say reinvented himself, but he's definitely found a niche in himself from where he had been. And I'm finding it very refreshing to see at least one character shine.
He did for a week, and then this past week he's right back to just chicken shit heel. That's it. I mean, he's Seth Rollins this week. Last week, good. Real good. Week before, good. Real good. This week, no, it's just lazy. I'm losing everything. That's it. You know, he takes the pinfall in the match. He ends up showing ass in the brawl there at the end. I mean, Guess what? On SmackDown, spoiler, he loses there too. I don't think he takes the fall, but it doesn't matter. I mean, this is just fucking ridiculous. In what universe would anybody book their champions to look like this? If Dana White had control over booking the UFC, do you think he's going to let Ronda Rousey lose matches? No!
If it means they're getting a big money rematch, yeah.
No, because that's how you lose money. This is losing money, because you're
losing money.
taking away the value out of every other one of your superstars for the benefit of one. That's not how business is run. It drives me insane.
I mean, for me, the whole thing with Sheamus, though, at the minute, the cocky, brash thing, it really works for him. Like, as you said, Paul, when he was in the suit with his slick back hair, he seemed like the perfect asshole. He was so full of himself. And, like, to me, that's the most character Sheamus has had probably since his debut.
Right, but then he's losing matches and looking bad doing it. And he's losing fights when, what's his gimmick? He's supposed to be this tough guy that loves to kick people in the face and he loves to fight.
Yep.
And he's not even good at that. Yeah.
This is true. I mean, his backstage promo was saying he was going to beat Roman to the point of no return, basically.
That was a good promo. I like that. But then he comes out later in the main event and gets his ass handed to him.
Again, yeah. Which, by the way, if we're not used to WWE booking, by the way, if you watch TLC this weekend and expect any of those baby faces to win, you are mistaken. Speaking of TLC, let's get predictions on these matches. I've just gave you mine. I don't think any of the baby faces are winning. Let's start with Roman Sheamus. The build for this has been pretty piss poor, let's be honest. The whole Sheamus 515 thing, loved. Sheamus this week, not so good. Roman was Roman. How have they built towards this match, and who do you see winning it?
In my opinion, I'll go right now. In my opinion, it's when it comes to Roman and Sheamus, the thing is that because Roman has had the upper hand for a majority of every single week, I at least want to see Sheamus coming out on top. And I predict he does come out on top because Roman's been the big guy who's always stood tall on every single end of Raw and the SmackDown or whatever. So I'm going for Sheamus for the win. Now, obviously, it'll be some sneaky thing that happens. But yeah, I'm going for him for the win. He's going to retain. They're gonna keep Roman chasing the belt. That's how I see it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I got Sheamus retaining as well. I mean, they've made him look like just the worst champion in history for the past 3 weeks. So yeah, I can see them keeping the belt on Sheamus until Mania, honestly.
Yep. Krista. Sorry, Krista.
I see Sheamus retaining.
No problem.
I don't see Roman getting the belt just yet. I think it's too soon. And I mean, really, if they take the belt off Sheamus right away, it was a waste of time.
Agreed. Oni.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Sheamus unless Sheamus and Roman are too busy fighting and R-Truth wanders out and takes the belt. That's the only other option I could see.
Never mind. I'm switching my pick to that. Unanimous.
R-Truth then? R-Truth. All right.
I would totally vote for R-Truth.
Mr. Lammy. How's the cave and who are you voting for?
From the bottom of the cave, I'm going to have to vote for Sheamus.
Sheamus. Good call.
Sheamus and his booking. Yeah. He should have been coming out and basically kicking guys in the face and winning his matches with one kick in the face. He should have been booked like Brock Lesnar, not like, well, everybody.
Seth Rollins.
Yeah, I guess. Paul, well, you said something there. You think Sheamus is going to hold the belt till Mania. I agree, and I worry that they're going to give us Sheamus versus Bryan.
Oh, God, not again.
I think they're going to push for that Sheamus versus Bryan 3,
It makes sense.
The story for these two guys, they've gone from the pre-show, they've battled the whole time. He was bullied by Sheamus when Sheamus came back as the midget killer, and then now he's the champion again. He's almost a corporate champion, and they can now main event. Daniel Bryan comes back as a face and beats Sheamus to win the title at Mania.
Can I just point something
that.
out?
Of course, you can.
Now, this just got released right now. Daniel Bryan has gone on record stating to a Singapore newspaper that he says, "I think it could be the end of my career in WWE, but I don't think it'll be my end of my career."
So we'll see him in Ring of Honor next year.
New Japan!
New Japan, Ring of Honor, Lucha Underground too. I don't mind that.
CZW. Come on, downgrade.
More like
Brian's gonna
Gorilla.
die.
Very swiftly, do we see Paige or Charlotte winning?
Charlotte.
Who has the belt?
Charlotte.
Oh, then Charlotte. That's how much I follow that one.
Clean or dirty?
Oh, it's always dirty, Bubba.
It'll be dirty.
Yeah, Flair will have something to do with it.
I was going to say, I think dirty, and I think Flair is going to help Charlotte get the pin. Like, he'll hold Paige's feet.
Flair comes up to the ropes and tries to seduce Paige.
Oh.
He takes off his coat,
That's
takes off
just
his coat
creepy.
slowly.
Takes off his coat, shakes his dick at her. Yeah, there you go.
That's
slap
just,
your chest.
that's just creepy, you guys.
Drops an elbow drop, and he shows her exactly what's going to happen.
Drops an elbow drop on Michael Cole.
And of course, the match I'm kind of really interested on this show is the triple threat ladder match. It's been a long time since we've seen one of these between tag teams. We've got the Lucha Dragons, we've got the Dudleys. Sorry, no,
Wait, what?
I lied. We've got the Lucha Dragons,
Usos.
we've got the New Day, and we've got the Usos.
There you go.
Who do we see winning? I feel the Dudleys should have been in there because it's kind of their thing, but
Bet
New
you the
Day.
Usos win.
New Day.
I would like the New Day to win, but I bet you the Usos win.
As much as they're pushing New Day, yeah.
Because you got to remember, it's three on. They have three people.
I would actually like to see Lucha Dragons win, but I know that New Day are going to win.
I think New Day win, and I think they win without the use of a ladder. I think they're going to have Big E lift Kofi up.
How's she getting the belts? But yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, they're either going to have Big E pick up Kofi, or they're going to have Big E and Kofi pick up Xavier.
Xavier sneaks off during the match and comes out of the rafters to get the belt.
I mean, honestly,
Change it up.
they could human pyramid it, and they could brag about it for weeks. They won the ladder match without even using a ladder.
I'm totally good with that.
But of course, it won't happen because it's creative, people. Sad. I really wish they would do something. And I'll admit, here and now, Paul, I apologize.
Nah.
We didn't get Spike Dudley.
We didn't get Sandman either.
I'm okay without Sandman, but I
They
wanted to
got me
see
pumped for him.
Spike Dudley acid dropping Strowman through a table would have been
That would have been
ideal.
amazing.
Well,
Yep.
yeah, because I mean, yeah, they could have got Spike because that's what would have had to have happened, and they're not ready to bury Strowman yet, to let him show ass yet. Not bury
Spike
him.
is like the size of like Strowman's meal.
Yeah,
Go and
but
watch
that's his
ECW.
gimmick, though. That was his gimmick. Was he came out there, and whatever
Yeah.
big giant guy there was, he'd come out there and whoop their ass.
Yep, he did it in TNA as well when he was beating Abyss and putting him through tables with pins.
That's not real, but yeah,
Yeah,
Didn't even think they was in TNA.
yeah, he went his brother Runt.
that's not real.
Okay.
That
Yeah,
was
sorry for having a memory of a company that everyone hates.
Nah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's like Gregory Helms was sitting at home. I had no idea he had work. Blew my mind with that one.
Guys, my favorite
Frightening.
thing of the week. My favorite thing of the week. Chris
Top
and
heat.
myself get to experience NXT firsthand.
Do.
I know, I get to see it twice. I see it once this year, now I see it again. Things are super.
And I at TakeOver.
Yeah, you get to see TakeOver. We expect plenty of pictures, by the way, because if we don't get pictures, I'm going to beat you ass. I'm going to find you, I'm going to beat you ass.
I will actually buy
He's gonna be too busy furiously masturbating.
Seriously.
Oh,
Seriously.
really?
Yeah.
Well, he's gonna have Zayn and he's gonna have Balor on one show. What do you think?
Yep.
I mean,
And
he's
he's
go-
going to sit next to a guy that looks like CM Punk. So, I mean, seriously masturbating.
Chris, do you intend on dressing up to go to your NXT event?
No, I do not.
So you're not even gonna at least go in a suit? I feel you should go in a suit. That's going to what everyone sees your picture as.
That's what he wears every day.
If I had thought about it, I would have grown out a beard, got on a Sami Zayn t-shirt.
Can you grow out a beard? I mean, no offense to that. I've never seen you with a beard. I've never considered you with a beard.
I've never had the patience to really give it a go.
Ah.
And remember,
Well-
guys, you can find the Beard Club shirts at tpublic.com/user/Kate Carnage. That's a cheap plug right there.
Good job, sir.
That was a perfect plug. Well done.
Hell yeah.
I need to be ordering me one of those when I get paid. Because
A suit?
no, a Beard Club T-shirt.
Oh.
You should get a suit too.
I should get a suit. I think
Wear it underneath, yeah.
I would look dapper in a suit with a Beard Club T-shirt underneath. My favorite part about this week's NXT weekend, though, is I'm getting to go and see the one and only Mick Ryan.
I am so jealous of you.
I've waited
I'm really jealous of you.
since. All right, Chris, that was a little bit more eager than Paul, and that's concerning.
I want to touch that man. You touch him for me.
I'll let
No,
Mick
no,
know.
I want to be able to sit in a crowd and yell, "It's orange effing jam."
It's Orange F and Jam. Wow. Genuinely, we are going to have to take so many photos because I've waited almost a year and a half to meet Mick. I live in the same country as this guy, less than about 100 miles away, and we've never bumped into each other once, even when I've been in the same town as him. So this is the final chance to see if Mick Ryan is real, if he is a person, or just a fake Twitter account that keeps tweeting us.
Oh, he's real. God damn it.
We need to get a couple of videos of me and him with Scottish accents talking to everyone. So please expect a couple of those coming through.
Speaking of Mick, though, he wanted us to address Sasha Banks.
How are we
what
addressing her?
What are they doing with her? She goes from 5-star matches to
Twerking pro.
wearing-
She's a twerking pro. That's what she does.
to dancing and having a dildo on her forehead.
Hell yeah.
Um,
When was the last time you see three men in a ring rubbing each other's horns?
Oh, it's to get addressing.
Every time Team Bad are in the ring?
Get addressing Sasha Banks. I'd rather be undressing Sasha Banks.
I'm sorry,
You
what was that?
Yeah, you need to repeat, Chris.
I said forget addressing Sasha Banks. I would rather be undressing Sasha Banks.
Ah, well played.
Oh,
You would
you
rather-
just
Nice.
go.
Wow, he would rather be undressing Sasha Banks. My words are broken tonight. Wow, Sasha Banks.
I like it.
Honestly, I don't care what they're doing with Sasha Banks. She was a great women's wrestler, but we all knew when she got to WWE's main roster, nothing was going to change with the main roster divas.
Yep.
Yeah,
Like-
but how pathetic is this, though?
I mean, they could put her back to NXT anytime. I want to see Sasha Banks versus Asuka. Or Asuka,
That's
whatever we're calling her.
And that's another fear about when she goes to the main roster, what's going to happen with her.
Oh, I don't
she's-
think she's going. She's staying in NXT.
She better.
She's going to be a geisha girl. That's what it'll be.
Well, and
She'll be
I mean, I
Nakamura's
gotta be
geisha
honest.
girl.
Like some of those ladies on the roster, they need to retire.
Alicia Fox at this point could probably go. I mean, she's been there 8 years now.
Yeah,
The
the
Bellas
Bellas
have
can
been there.
go because this is their second run.
Yeah, the Bellas have been there 8 years as well, technically.
Yeah, but Nikki Bella's the technically like the best female wrestler.
Yeah,
on the main
she's the
roster.
most rounded wrestler there.
Yeah.
And
And a
that'll probably
huge
shock a lot of
improvement
people to hear.
considering her first run.
Yep, and that'll probably shock a lot of people to hear because, quite frankly, like Charlotte, Paige, Becky, and Sasha, all better down in NXT. Every one of them.
Yep.
So this just shows you when you get to the main roster, it's not a good thing. So stop hollering for all your favorites to come up. Okay, because when they get there, nothing happens.
They'll be destroyed.
God help
Well,
Bailey
that's
when
just
she gets
it.
to the main roster.
No, she's going to be Lady Eugene. That's what it's going to be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So God help her. They're going to do to her what they did to Emma.
Well, Emma getting caught with contraband. if
That was
you
the
will.
best
She
thing
stole
that ever happened.
$5 worth of stuff.
Yeah, that was the
$5
best
worth
thing
of
that
stuff.
happened to her. That was a
And-
blessing for her, though.
Yeah.
She became evil Emma, and she became
Evil
1,000
hot
times
Emma.
hotter. Yep, she
Yeah.
became 1,000 times hotter.
The worst thing they could have done for her was debut her with Santino. I love
I don't
Santino.
know,
I
it
think
worked
he's
well with
absolutely
Beth.
hysterical. But just her personality or the gimmick they had didn't transfer to the big arenas. It's good at Full Sail University where there's like 40 people in the audience.
I've
Yeah,
used
how do
the
you
word
think Bailey's
good
going to
lightly.
work in main roster?
Yeah,
she's
like
not.
I don't think Bailey's not going to work in the main roster unless
No.
they overhaul her gimmick.
Are
Which
they
is
going to have?
unfortunate because Bailey's a really good wrestler too.
Are they going to have the wiggly wailing arm inflatable man? I don't think so. So you can't do anything with her up in the main roster until you change your character completely.
Just hug everyone. Go out in the audience and just hug everyone that you can.
No,
And
you
come back
just
to the
make
back.
her. You make her the super duper underdog that she already is. It's fine. I mean, she'll work as long as Vince doesn't go. Oh, geez, you're kind of slow. As long as he doesn't take that aspect of her character and focus on that, she'll be fine. Just make her the super duper
Yep.
underdog, and she'll be great.
I'm sorry, did you just suggest that she becomes female Cena?
No.
That's pretty much
no.
her character, isn't it?
Yeah, she's got enough colorful merchandise for it.
No, let me think. No, because like she loses and she gets beaten down and things like that. So
The match I'm really looking forward to is Nia Jax versus Bailey.
I don't know if Bailey's good enough at this point to get a good match out of Jax.
Can I jump in for a sec?
You certainly can if we can hear you.
Because I've just been trying to
Sorry.
That's fine. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm coming from the bottom of the cave, so I understand that there may be some difficulties hearing me. However, Bailey, in terms of merchandising and in terms of NXT, Bailey could easily be female Cena. She's
Yep.
She's a mixture of Daniel Bryan's underdog and Cena's merchandising.
So are we saying she's John Bryan?
No, he's saying she's a super duper star. So
Oh.
yeah, I agree.
So how long until Vince sees that and goes, now you're a heel?
Well,
Yep.
Now you're a heel. Go spit on people.
Well, as long
Yeah.
as again though, as long as he doesn't focus on the childlike aspect of her character, and focuses more on the hey, you know what, this is a good positive role model for young girls out there, and she's gonna be a huge hit with the Make-A-Wish crowd. That sounded really fucked up, but
No, but that's
But
just it.
it's
She's just one of those happy characters, and I think a lot of the kids with Make-A-Wish would just love to be with her.
Yeah.
To hang out with her and meet her and spend some time.
I mean,
she's gonna
Especially
be
the girls. She'll be huge, provided he ignores the whole childlike whatever.
I can't wait until Izzy, that little shit down in Full Sail, gets involved in another storyline and they do the Sandman angle on it, where they have her take off her t-shirt and there's another t-shirt underneath with another wrestler on it.
They
And
do.
Bailey's
God.
heart broken.
do it with Eva Marie.
Yes, perfect.
Yes.
Oh, God.
No!
Yeah.
Eva Marie is going to be gold. Get over it.
No!
No.
Never!
Fuck this. No.
What the fuck? I'm out.
It's the future.
I'm sorry, Eva Marie, Top Heel Diva 2016. There you go.
We get it, but the problem is that the actual heat that she's getting is because she fucking sucks.
All heat's
It
good
hurts
heat.
people. No,
Oh.
hurting people is bad heat.
So does Jack Swagger, but he still has a job. He just hurt fucking Stardust.
Oh, fuck's... He ended up being fine. Jesus
When
Christ.
did he even get a match with Stardust?
Monday.
Monday.
He did?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You must
I
have
thought
watched the Hulu
Stardust is
version.
stuck in a
No, that
room
was
with
actually on
Tyson.
Hulu. That was actually on Hulu.
Wow.
I'm
I didn't
actually,
even know it happened.
I'm actually quite enjoying Stardust and Titus at the minute.
That
Those
is
little
amazing.
segments make me giggle.
They're great.
And Titus' whole intention is to just to bring Cody Rhodes back.
Yep, that's exactly it, and it's working nicely.
Yep.
Slowly but surely, Royal Rumble. Could we see Cody in it?
No.
Possibly.
You know what? Actually, what I would see, I just thought of this right now, is Stardust comes out, gets knocked out early on, and then Cody Rhodes comes out.
See, I was thinking the other way around, but
Well, Cody Rhodes and then Stardust?
you put Cody in number 3. You have him eliminated number 10, and you bring Stardust back in number 23.
But how would that make any sense? Cody Rhodes
Isn't it
is
easier to get
character-
the makeup off?
No,
Yeah,
it's more
Cody
fun to
Rhodes-
put it on. Let's challenge the guy.
Yeah, but they're booking
Cody
it
Rhodes
backwards.
Yeah, Cody Rhodes as a character is non-existent in WWE right now. He's the character that we want to return. Why not do Stardust first and then the returning Cody Rhodes after that?
Yeah, you're right.
I'm happy to do that on the basis that they don't fuck up Cody again.
Oh, yeah, because they've done such great things with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he was primed back when he was fired and then came back. Like, he was good then. I like that Cody Rhodes.
They could have made him world champion, and we would have believed it.
Yep, exactly.
That-
Cody
that-
Rhodes that you can believe in.
Yeah, he was that hot.
Yeah, they like screwing people up. Remember when Damien Sandow was big? Yeah, neither do I.
No, because that was never a thing, Chris. That was never a thing.
Thanks,
Sandow was
Big
never
Show,
going
for
to be
ruining
big.
that one.
No, they just wanted us to think he was something.
I'm sorry, Vince.
Yeah, damn right. He was never going to be a thing.
Nope. We knew it. At least I knew it.
Yep.
I believed.
Speaking of believing, where's he at?
They are looking to do a character shift change with him. So
Oh, they've been doing that for the last year. Where's he
He's
at?
God.
he's on Main Event and Superstars, which are honestly good wrestling shows.
They are, because it's just wrestling. There's no lame promos.
No, there's still little promos and there's angles and things like that, but it has a really good pace, and you get to see guys that you don't see on Mondays, and it's just fun.
Or that
And
you
it's an
don't see
hour.
ever.
Yeah, and it's an hour.
Yeah.
I watch it.
Before we head off, our man on the street, Jeremy, who's been listening in, says, I could see them doing an Andre and Ted DiBiase storyline with Nia Jax winning the title and giving it to Eva Marie.
Yeah.
I would rather see Eva win it by cheating, but that's just me personally.
No, his idea
we're-
is even smarter. That's such a brilliant idea.
it works as an angle for her. Cause fuck, I hate saying that.
But
it's so
my
brilliant.
worry is that we turn Nia Jax into Snuka Light.
So,
She's gonna murder her husband?
Yeah, basically.
if she's gonna accidentally kill somebody.
I mean, we just don't need yet another Tamina Snuka on the roster who has potential but then does nothing.
No, she doesn't.
I would say just team up Snuka with Nia Jax and just destroy the Divas division.
Oh, if only.
Or just
Yeah.
fire Tamina. There you go.
I can almost feel the hate coming in, Paul.
Paul wins.
Paul,
That's not good.
Paul
Come at me.
wins.
Come at me, motherfuckers. Debate me.
that's our next T-shirt, by the way. Come at me.
Come at me, motherfuckers.
That's
Actually-
right.
Actually, Kate, can you get working on a design for that?
Oh God.
Nobody fuck with Paul. Y'all know what'll happen.
I would literally just love a black and white image of Paul with shades on, saying, come at me.
Didn't we do this with a unicorn?
We did, and it was great.
We did.
Be
That
fucking
was
limit
beautiful.
away. Come at me. Fucking Tamina stinks. There. Can't even do a splash right. She's gonna have no knees. She's gonna have less knees than Rey Mysterio in 6 weeks. Come at me.
On that note, we have reached the end of the show. Big thank you to Chris Oney from the Wrestle Addicts and Cade from Mind of Carnage for joining us tonight on Lowdown. Big
I got
thank
knees.
you. You keep
Paul's
going?
like still going off on it.
Yeah, Paul's pissed. Don't forget, guys, you've been
I
listening
got
over
more
on
knees than Tamina and Rey combined.
You've been listening over on YouTube right now. You can
Oh my
like, share, and
gosh.
subscribe to our channel. That'd be very much appreciated. That way you get to see when the show's on every single week as well.
I got
Don't-
more knees than Rey, Tamina, and the Dynamite Kid right now combined.
To hear more of Paul's rambling, you can head over to levelsofwrestling.podbean.com where you can hear ourselves, Mind of Carnage, hashtag Just Saying Wrestling, Ringside
Wrestle Addict.
Ramblers, and the Wrestle Addict. That stumbled because I had to change the name. Wow, you can hear all of our shows over there. You can hear them on iTunes as well, or you can hear them on our Google Android app that you can download off the store for free.
Comedian ain't got no knees.
And if you're heading this week to either the Takeover event down in London, make sure that you keep an eye out for Christopher Lamb, or Chris Lamb, or Lammy Zane, or Lammy, whichever name you want to call him. Just go find him, say hi, and tell him you're part of the Low family. And if you happen to be in Glasgow on Friday, keep an eye out for Hey Yo Big Craig, because that will be the t-shirt I'm wearing. You will find a Hey Yo Big Craig t-shirt, and you will find Mick Ryan in his Levels of Wrestling t-shirt.
Mick Ryan got more knees than Tamina and Ray.
Jesus Christ, somebody might mute him.
Yeah, somebody please mute him.
You can't mute me. You can't silence.
You can't mute me. Come at me, boy. You can't mute me.
Come on.
We can mute you all we want.
On that note,
I got more knees than my legless dog.
on that note, as I slowly mute everyone at once, we will see you next Wednesday. And this has been the Levels of Wrestling, and this has been Lowdown.
Can't
Love you
silence
guys.
me.
Good night.
God damn it.
Go at it. No.